Today's podcast is going to be about the cost of being ignored.
But I feel like I'm in a position that is similar to this, where I've worked hard, I've put in the work at this, but because of some certain reasons and expectation, I'm being ignored.
So in that moment, I felt totally ignored. I felt like, oh, what am I even here for? I was just sitting there like somebody that doesn't have parents, like being disowned.
Band.
Wait now. I said you now invite us. So instead of the middle finger, yours is at the last. It's like a pinky finger. When was the wedding?
Wait.
Why didn't you invite us?
Okay.
A man that has not paid your bride price.
My husband.
Yes.
To be
husband. You were very clear. You said husband. And you said you didn't invite us. You did not eat with me. We could do that. When did you get married?
You have to.
Yes.
No, I don't want to do a lavish wedding.
Oh, I love a lavish wedding. Lavish, like it's
something
that
I want to moderate. I'm not gonna
even if it's something that is quiet.
Believe it. You're gonna spoil things for my
Sarah, really? You know what was really good? That let me tell you, experience. Imagine she's already married and we're not even aware of it. Can you imagine?
Just imagine. And she called us friends.
I said.
So okay.
Listen, I know that among us, you are the one that is very understanding. Listen, I said.
Do I look understanding for you?
Like seriously?
Do I look understanding?
Okay. What I want to know is it the same person that took you out for Valentine that came to pick you up?
Yes, my dad.
Are you sure?
The one that left you with a small.
Like seriously, it's not a woman. It was an accident. I'm gonna cover for him.
I will say is it when the guy beat you or somebody else beat you?
Okay. None of the above.
Okay, so Lovessa, you're now married. Congratulations.
No, I didn't say I'm married.
No, you already did.
No, let's be clear.
You already did. The audience is our.
I said my darling husband to be. That is what I'm trying to
say. Are you sure he's your husband? Okay, guys. I believe that we are.
There's 1 kilometer.
I can see the future. I can see the future.
It's flickering.
You know what I usually say? My man will come for Betsy.
Love. I will.
Thank you.
So we can't wait.
If we continue this will not be done. But like we are here for something, and I feel like we should just like continue what we are here for. So today's podcast is going to be about the cost of being ignored. Okay. We all know how it feels. We might have experienced how it feels to be ignored. You know, like when you like put your attention, or you find, or you feel like this person is the one that gives you validation or make you feel like you are somebody or you have value, then you are being ignored by that person, how it feels. But today we are going to be discussing it from different angles. We are going to be talking about how it affects our social life, how it affects us in society, our mental health, and also how that leads us into being pressured. And so I feel like we should start now. So we can like discuss and we all understand and eventually take something away from this that we can like put into our everyday life, so to help us to not like feel like we are being ignored, or put or let someone be like, oh, if this person like talk to me or this person say I'm this, that's the only time I'm going to feel like myself. No. So we are going to like start with Sarah.
When you state the topic, when she stated the topic, I'm like, is someone looking at my life and putting it in a conversation? Like, is this like directly? Is it directed to me? Because I don't understand. Why is are you like looking at my life and penning it down? Because I feel like this is the situation that I'm in, and I'm hearing the conversation is about it. Anyways,
so I just like want us to like have this conversation about how does being ignored lead like to social bias? How does it affect us in like our society? You know, there are times when people feel ignored or they just like go quiet or they just hide themselves. Society just turn a blind eye to you. It's like you're not even existing or you are like not even like you don't matter. It's let me say that you don't matter. It's like they look like you don't matter or you are not fit to be out. Or then you start questioning yourself. So it's just like
I think this is a really interesting conversation, and I so I was looking at some TikTok videos and I saw something on the glass ceiling dynamic. It is when you like you see it's a glass when you are looking at the glass, you are seeing your reflection and all. It is when like you know where you want to be, like you can see it. You're someone who is hardworking, you're someone who puts in the effort, who is consistent, who is disciplined, but there are just these invisible forces that blocks you from reaching that point. And it's not because you are lazy, because you actually put in the work, but it's just this invisible stumble blocks that you can't see. It can come from society stereotype, biases. You can't see them. For you to reach that position where you know you want to be, because you know I'm someone that's very hardworking and I should be at this stage, but you simply can't reach there because of stereotype and biases. I think that's what I thought about when you talk about being ignored and societal expectation. And also it can be like, you know, the way where society has this way they have like put some people to be. You can be like in a place, maybe in an office, even in your family. Like, for example, I can say something, like I can come up with a really, really nice idea, really amazing ideas, but just because it's coming from me, it's like people cannot even hear what you are saying. But the fact that it comes from someone and maybe the elder or the person that has the money in the family or the person that has the house, the car, the minute they are the ones who said the idea that you already have, everyone is taking it. Have you like been in that kind of position? So when I think about this topic, that's what I think about. There are certain times you meet people, they are very hardworking, they put in the work, they do the things that they are supposed to do, but people just ignore them. It's like they are not even present, like they are invisible, just because they are not fit into maybe the way society has defined maybe an expert, or the way society has put some people, you see they speak to you, they have this aggressive way they speak to you, and because of that people listens to them. And just because maybe you're someone that is very humble, you have humility, people don't really take you seriously. Like you can be the best in the room but you cannot be seen. So I think that is what I thought about when you were talking about this topic. And like I said, I won't bring my personal issue on this. Of course, I'm not ready to speak about it, but I feel like I'm in a position that is similar to this, where I've worked hard, I've put in the work, I've this, but because of some certain reasons and expectation, I'm being ignored. And I don't think it's something that you should accept, although I'm saying it, I'm advising myself because I'm actually really accepting it. I don't think it's something that we should accept because, like you said, it makes you start questioning yourself. Like, am I good enough? Am I supposed to be in this place? Like, you start seeing yourself like
you are small.
Exactly, like you are small, you are not fit. Yeah, because when you are working hard and you are not being seen, that's exactly how you feel.
Exactly.
And it's just how society have places. There are certain people, because of their status, because of the way they speak, because of maybe the way that is why packaging is everywhere now. Like people is packaging.
And there are times you feel like, oh, you are not working because of validation, but I feel like sometimes we need human validation.
It's not validation. You need to be like recognized. Is it recognized? That's the word.
Yeah,
like
maybe
validation. Yeah, exactly.
Maybe validation is not the right word. Yeah, but I feel like we need to be acknowledged and appreciated for what we do, because there are times when people do stuff, like people go extra mile, they go out of their way to make sure that the work is done, and then you do not recognize them. It's like, it hurts. Like, it's like, you be like, did I not do enough?
Yeah.
Or am I not enough? Or did I do something wrong?
Exactly.
And I feel like we should learn to appreciate and acknowledge
And
people.
if you are not someone that is very self-aware, it's something that will really break you.
Yeah.
That it would break you into some point where you won't even want to come out. You won't want to do anything. You won't want to go after your dream.
And I feel like there are a lot of people who have not like reached that stage of being self-aware. Like people not, like some people are not aware of who they are and what they can do, regardless of you being acknowledged or appreciated.
Exactly.
And I feel like many people like are struggling with that. Like, and that's where I'm like drawing Lovetta into the conversation because I feel like she has a lot of things like she wants to say about mental health. How does societal bias lead to your mental health being destroyed? How does it play with it? Because I feel like Sarah said, being self-aware is one thing that helps you to like not just go into that phase when people do not acknowledge or appreciate you, and like it plays like it destroy your mental health, because a lot of people like tend to shut down or tend to hide
your confidence level just goes
so,
down.
Lovetta, what do you?
Do you know when you pop up with the topic, the cost of being ignored, and I was like, this I have something to say. Like it hits a mental health area because do you know a lot of people, it's hard. The pain is not when they say shut up. Understand it? They shut you up. It's not there. Or maybe when they shout at you, it's not the pain. The pain is when you are trying to express yourself, you are trying to have a conversation with somebody, you are trying to bring out your view, you are trying to say out a point, and like your words will disappear just like that. People don't pay attention to it. So, and you will feel like, oh, when like, now we are gathering together, right? We are friends. We used to discuss. We used to dive into certain issues, and we have pay attention to each other. But the moment I feel like maybe when I'm talking to you guys, or maybe you will just toss out my idea like, oh yes, Abby, Juliana, what's going on? And you just like, if I'm invisible,
exactly.
and you know that kind of thing will continue to shrink many people because they will continue to stop expressing themselves. They will feel so shy. They will, even if they have a valid ideas or something that we bring changes, they will fear to express it. Reason being that they will just toss it aside, and maybe people don't really care about
like
it.
it's not good enough.
Yes, like I am not enough. Like I'm not valued. My words are doesn't make sense. You will feel like isolated. That is the feeling of loneliness.
And when you are alone, it keeps playing. Like it keeps playing,
exactly.
playing.
It plays in your head, and then you feel like you are all alone. There is no one to talk to. People that you care about doesn't listen to you, and you choose what? Silence. You choose silence. Oh, I will go silence. I will just hold everything in my feelings, my words, and everything. It's not matter to anybody. Okay, so that's it. So that affects your mental health.
It does.
That's let you continue to shrink, hide yourself, and also feel ignored.
And I was saying I have personal experience, and what you're saying, it's really, now that you're saying it, I'm thinking about it. Like I lost weight because of that issue. I didn't realize it because of it. Like now that you're saying, because someone is saying you have lost weight. Now that you're saying, because now every day I sit down, it keeps on playing in my mind. What did I do? Like, did I do wrong? Did I do this? And now deliberately, I don't even deliberate is the word. I don't, even if you're asking me to do something, I know there is someone else in the room that can do it, I'll push it to that person. Like, I don't want to be involved.
Exactly.
Don't call my name. I don't want to speak up. I don't want to stand up. I don't even want to be involved in this conversation. Now I'm giving the space to another person, because now I'm thinking, oh, what if I say this? You pick up on me. What if I say this? You pick at me. What if you will pick at me?
And one of the thing again is that this kind of thing, being ignored when you want to speak out, it's happened when many grown-ups are afraid to speak in public. Many grown-ups are afraid to express themselves fully, maybe in classrooms, in office places. It starts from the initial stage, from the lowest level, when they continue to shut you up or tossy, like if you are not important, or if your views and doesn't make sense. Like if you sometimes ask, am I stupid? Or what I say sometimes,
is
maybe
it the
it
right
doesn't
thing?
make
Did
sense.
did I do wrong?
Those
Yes.
settings to make you like lose so much confidence.
In
Like
yourself,
if you were
yes.
that person that was so confident, like okay, I think I've
Exactly.
like experienced something like that before.
Exactly.
Like I know I was someone that like I could speak freely. Whenever I have an idea, maybe I could just say it. But there was something that happened to me that made me like, am I stupid? Like am I that slow? Like then I lost so much confidence in myself because like before I feel like I could do anything that I put my mind to, right? I feel like I'm just like the smartest person, like I can do this and can, but now it's not like I'm working towards like going to who I was before, like that being confident, like I know I can do it, I'm smart, yes, I'm not being too much, I know I can do, but you know when there are certain situations that will just make you feel like no, I'm not good enough. Like I'm not confident. You lose so much. That will make you start questioning yourself. Anything you do, like you're just so cautious. Like you know when you are like cautious or you are scared of making like mistakes. Like everything you do,
So
just
what if I
am
say
I
the wrong
making mistake?
thing?
Or am I doing the wrong thing? Am I forgetting something? You make you start thinking a lot that you start forgetting things.
Exactly.
Like unintentionally, you start forgetting because you're just thinking of what could go wrong.
Exactly.
Like you stop doing things freely, and I feel like this that's something that it's a one effect of how it affects like your mental health.
And sometimes
because you
people
start
even shut you up. Oh, shut up.
you start thinking a lot about like, am I forgetting something? Am I doing the wrong thing? Am I not doing this carefully? Then you forget the thing that you are supposed to do. So I feel like
or sometimes you never say what you want to say. That's
You
it.
just
And maybe
keep
it will be beneficial to others, but you just keep it to yourself. Simply because you don't want to embarrass yourself. You don't want to feel like you are not being heard. You don't want to feel like if you are saying something stupid or people toss you aside, like if you are not relevant. So that's it.
and it's like I feel like we should like just like, oh, if you want to say something, say it. Like I just feel like we should have that free space to just express yourself. Like just allow people to talk. Let them. Once you allow someone to be in your space, someone to be in your home, someone to like, you have that like confined space, even if it's an open, but you allow people to be there. I think you should allow them to talk. I think you should give them the privilege of expressing themselves rather than trying to shut them down or just pick on them because you feel like, oh, I have the power or I can do it, so I will just do it. But
you know, there are people who put so much, you see, people, they admire people that are up there so much that they allow it to like define them. Now, for example, let's say I'm admiring someone, I don't know whose name I can use, but I don't know. Anyways, I don't know. You are admiring someone so much with the things they do. So whatever they have to say about you has a whole lot to do with how you see yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
So the minute like you don't give them that that space, or you say something negative about them, it reflects on them. It reflects like how they speak, how they do things, what they think about themselves. Some people, they are like that. They look up to people so much that they allow people to define who they really are.
Yeah.
And sometimes, Sarah, it's not about only admiring people, okay? It's also about people you care about, people that are important to you. That when you say something to them and they just treat you like you are nothing, or like what you said is like what you said doesn't make sense, or you feel so little around them, like you always feel intimidated or inferior around them. Like people, those people that you care about keep saying remarks to you that brings you down.
I feel like
your inner self, right? You continue to you are so afraid of one, letting them down, to expressing yourself fully. Three, don't want to hurt them. Four, you say, okay, let me just keep
I feel like I can relate with what you just said. Like people you care about, or like how their words or how what they think or say about that like make you feel, or because I feel like I can deeply like relate to that, because me, I'm someone like if I care about somebody or I like I care about you, like I feel like I just let you, like what you think about me or what you say about me matters to me a lot, that even when I'm doing something, like I'm thinking about what would this person think, would this thing like hurt this person, like my actions to just be like around your feelings. Like I try so much and so hard to satisfy that I don't even like try to do much for myself, or I just restrict myself on things because I know like I will hurt this person if I do this thing, or like I will just let me just live like so this person can like be happy with me or pleased with me. But I feel like that's not something that we should like just live by. Yeah. So we should just live like, I don't say live freely or live for yourself or just live your, but I feel like we should live like, let me just live my life this way, because not because of how this person feels or how this person thinks about me. Like, is this the right way? Yes. Will this please God? Yes, it does. But let me live and let me express myself fully, even if this, because there are times when there are some people that you care about so much that if they are in this room, you cannot talk, you cannot express yourself fully, you cannot be you.
What you will say,
and I feel like so many people are just living their life centered around someone they care about. Sometimes it could be our parents, sometimes it could be like relatives, it could be your sister, it could be your brother, but and I feel like that's something that we should like just show aside.
And Sarah, have you ever heard that when somebody say that, oh, this person is very quiet, this person is shy, this person doesn't speak too much, oh, she's very cool. Not that that's how they are. They are afraid of speaking, for them not to be judged by their words, for them not to be just ignored.
No, it's true.
Yeah,
it's very true. I don't know. I think like, is there like tips for people live like that? Because me, I don't know how I moved away from that. I know I don't live for people. I don't, even if I care about you to an extent. Yes, I can do things to please you, but I know how to like draw the mark. I know how to not make my actions be because of you. But I don't know how I moved to that stage, because before I was like that. So is there like, do you guys have like tips you can give? Because I really understand. I know I am that person that is making someone feel less and all of that.
You should stop that.
No, I know. That's why I said I don't know, because there is also something we are forgetting on the other end,
which is
there are certain things that especially people that are perfectionists.
I want to do things.
That want to do things like they have a certain way they see how things should be done, a certain way, and I can relate closely to that a little bit, because I know sometimes I'm like that. So I know there are sometimes I want things to be done this certain way, and if it is not done, it is a problem. So like, how do we like create room for people, like for them not to be feeling ignored, for them not to be feel like little? So is there tips? Like,
I can't imagine your old age.
Definitely.
I can't imagine it.
Yeah, because if the kids or grandkids do not know what she wants,
very critical.
No, I'm a very self-aware person. I'm working on it.
Too.
Yeah. So that's where peer pressure comes in, and here we are all peers.
Yeah.
Probably not from the same age level or something, but we're all peers. Peer pressure and ignorance are like in the same scenario. They're both in the same lane. I might be saying something. She's saying something. She's saying something. Sarah is saying something. But at the end of the day, you guys are being heard, but I'm being ignored. And most people that are out there, either in workplaces, in learning institutions, schools, home, there are people that talk, but they feel ignored. Not because people are not listening to them, but people are not actually directing them in the same part. What I mean by that, I could go to my peer or friend, or probably you, and say, "Hey, Lavetta, this is what I'm going through," and you will listen to me, give me that listening ears, and you listen. But instead of saying something that would encourage me to probably get better or make me feel a bit better, you just jump into something. Totally ignored what I was saying. Totally ignore my feeling. You get?
Yeah.
So people are like that. Our peers, the people we roll with, the friends we call. Just like Sarah was saying, most of us are like admiring people, we put out so much effort to be like them, to act like them. They're like our role models. They're like what we imagine ourselves to be. You get? And if these people do something that are otherwise, I start saying, oh, what if I do this and this person is not doing the same thing? And some of these things are what we are like revolving around. There was this time I started going to college, my first year in college, and I had a lot of friends, a lot of them, but I don't even have not even one friend again.
Oh my God.
I had a lot of them, and everybody had their opinion. Because I was slim, a bit, Everybody was like, oh, Juliana, you have to dress this certain way. Oh, this will look good on you. This will make you look sexy, blah, 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 other stuff. We went for an outing, and my friends were there. Everybody was just chilling, getting their own vibe, just the basic when you go chilling with your peers. And then everybody had their own story. Okay, this person said, oh, I'm going to hook up with this person. This person said, you know what, I'm going to just take a swim by. This person said, you know what, this is what I'm going to be doing. I said something, nobody listened. In that moment, I felt like I was with my friends, but I felt totally ignored. Because we came as like peers to enjoy ourselves, but everybody had their own thing that they wanted to do. Some are like, oh, I already called my fiancé, he's coming over. Oh, I already called my boyfriend. Within me, I knew we were going to have friends day out. We're going to enjoy ourselves. Little did I know that every one of them had already made plans. So in that moment, I felt totally ignored. I felt like, oh, what am I even here for? I was just sitting there like somebody that doesn't have parents, like being disowned. I don't even have anybody again. So some of these things, young girls, either in the workplace or anything, people are literally being ignored. Not in a way where you talk and people ignore you, but probably when you guys have made an arrangement to go out and then you find out that everybody had a plan B.
And even
when you had none.
Yeah, and even when someone promised to do something,
and
they totally behave like it didn't even happen, that's utterly badly.
And something that's funny, it's like you are in a group or something, like you're with your peers, right? And they made plans without like including you in the plans, but you are there. So like you're just hearing it from this person and that person, and like
yes,
it's so
definitely,
and
most times, Sarah, these things are what we find in our social lives, like in our workplaces. There was this time somebody died, and they were like, okay, we need to visit. They posted the time in the group, and you were like, okay, this is when we're supposed to go. Little did I know they've already planned that, okay, we are going on Tuesday at so time. Now, when it didn't pass, I just saw posts of the group, oh, we've gone to visit the person. Now I call. You guys didn't discuss this in the group. Like, how am I supposed to know now? Thursday night they go. So no time discussed, no time discussed in the group, like the dates, the time, nothing. And the person that had the beggar came to me and she was like, Juliana, I didn't see you. I said, I didn't know they were going.
So that
I was ignored. Nobody told me.
Now I believe you when you said that you don't have friends, because
no.
everybody called their own buddy.
And I was left alone.
Oh my God. Because that's kind of occasions,
and
especially when there's a mourning, you need to sympathize with.
And the person will just feel like you didn't want to.
I wasn't informed.
Like you are being ignored, but there's someone in the peer that they like will just place high value in that person. Yes, it's like they cannot do it at that person. They are walking as if you're like, I'm just walking. Let me try to prove myself that like I can do this, I can do that. Let me just try to like, but you are totally being ignored, and you do something that they will just say, oh, what she just did is not right.
And when that person did, that is social. It's like social bias. That is social bias. It's everywhere. There is a certain way society has placed someone. Like now we see Lovetta. She's the one everyone listens to. So now whatever Lovetta says, that's right it goes. Because maybe Lovetta comes from a rich family, or maybe Lovetta has traveled, or maybe Lovetta she looks she looks really nice. She looks certain way. She speaks some certain way.
That's why a lot of people are doing packaging now.
Now they say, oh, everybody the package, everyone is packaging. But that's how society has
the slang says, package until you make it. Fake it until you make it. So in an English version, we're going to say package till you make it. We're going to package.
I think we don't want to be at that level. We all want to be like
the influential one in the group.
They see the I know I have the aura, even if I do not look a certain way. But there are certain way you will look, and people will just like open doors for you. They will take chairs for you to sit
exactly.
in. But I believe that even if you are like in a workplace or you are in a class, people should be treated equally. You should not place value on this one person and like why did you put that person there if you know that person is not of a value to you? Then the person will be at that place and you start treating them as if like they mean nothing or they are nothing. or they
nothing.
cannot do anything, or they not even contribute a dime, or it's not about money. Like they did not contribute a dime to what's going on, or to like the operation of what you have. Like let us learn to acknowledge and appreciate people.
And there is
Definitely.
another thing with humility, because there are certain people, they are very humble. Like they are so humble to a point that they allow people step on them. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but there should be like a line, because
Yes.
it's good to be someone that is humble. It's good because even the Almighty God shows
Yeah, I'm
humility.
humble.
So it's good, but it has like, how do I say it? Like there is a point, there is a point between humility and you should draw the line. There should be it's where you stop. I know someone like who is very, very humble. Like she will be here cleaning the floor, doing this, putting chair for you. The minute you start behaving like that, that's where people start ignoring whatever you say or do. They don't even see it as something that they value, because now you are making as if you are like the minute you put yourself down like that, they don't take it like you are someone who is humble. They start seeing you as someone that cannot contribute to high level things.
Definitely.
So, yeah.
And like you said, that's why I don't have friends. I'm not a humble type. God like to.
No, you should be humble. It's a virtue. Seriously, but there is a limit.
What I mean is that the type of humbleness you're talking about, when I let people step on me, I'm not that type of person.
Another thing is, it's with people that are really humble. And don't get me wrong, humility is a strength and it's a virtue, because God of himself came down and showed us how humble like we are supposed to be as human. So it's a virtue. But if it does not have boundaries, like if it lacks boundaries, that's what lead people to like undervalue you in places that even when you say things, they don't see it. Like you are totally ignored because you are someone who acts, very nice. You start cleaning floors for people. You start pulling chairs for people, and it's a good thing. But if you keep doing it, it does not have boundaries. People start undervaluing you, and that is how you get ignored in places. So,
definitely. And to talk about humility, I'm not that type of person. And with the type of humility you're talking about, I'm not that type of person. I can be humble to a certain extent, but I set the boundary. And most of the times when I'm being ignored, that's where I draw the boundary. When I started college, my first year in college, I had a lot of friends, like I said, because I was being ignored, and that was like playing with my mental health. I was feeling like I was not enough. Sometimes Coleman can say, a word for a while is quite sufficient. People can advise you. You can only advise yourself. I knew at that moment I wanted friends, but not friends that could ignore me. Not friends that could feel like I am no less of a person. Not friends that I would talk to and will agree, and then at a certain point in time, they will have their own agreement and do what they want. Those are another type of friends I wanted. I knew I wanted a circle wherein I felt belonged, I felt heard, and not ignored. So when it came to a time, I feel like these of my friends were not listening to me, I drew the line. I said enough was enough. This was about my own safety. This was about my own peace. And this year, trust me, I don't even have friends. And people are like, oh, Juliana, you've become quiet. It's not that I'm being quiet. I talk to the certain people I want to talk to. It's just that I am not still leveling myself with those people that I once felt ignored around. And that's what most people have to know. I'm not going to tell you, say, hey, do this. I'm not going to tell you, say, hey, do that. But within yourself, if you feel like you're being ignored, you're not being heard, it's whether you're saying something and nobody's listening to you, or you're doing something, nobody's appreciating you. Because just like Abigail said, you have to appreciate someone. At my younger age, what really boosted me to work as a kid at that time is when I do something and my auntie's like, oh, you don't tell you, oh, are you clean here? Hey, thank you. It's when you work fine. That gave me confidence. It gave me that boost to do it again and again. So if I feel like I'm working, even if it's at office with my peers, there are people that come together to either make picnics, programs. At the end of the day, share someone, tell them, wow, you did a good job. Even if it's not that good to a perfectionist, say it's good. So I am not revolving myself around those people again that I feel like I have to go excess for them to say something to me.
It's funny, like even when you have done so much to be in that particular space, like you have kept quiet, you have like allowed yourself to shrink, you lower your expectations, you let them speak above you, like you acted as if like your feelings and value. they will not even see you as someone that is worth to be in that particular space.
You gotta earn
Even
your space.
after you try so much to belong, they will not even see you as someone that is fit. They will still like just ignore you. So it's better to be you. It's better to speak up. It's better to take up space.
You have to leave them do it.
I don't think, or I don't feel like it's necessary for you to shrink yourself just so you could belong to a particular group.
Yeah.
Everybody should have that space to express themselves freely, regardless of the setting, regardless of who you are with.
Yeah.
Like even if you are sitting with the most important or most prominent person in this society, I feel like you should have a space to express yourself.
There is one thing I always say. Me, I don't care who you are or who you are not. This is me and this is me. I really don't care.
Like it's something that's not be like, oh, I need to be like this so these people accept me.
Exactly.
Because even after like belonging, even after like trying so much to belong, they'll not even see you as anything.
Yeah. And sometimes they don't even need excess effort. There are certain people that we look up to. In real fact, they don't even care how you're living your life. But because you want them to recognize you. You know, the way a person get crush on you, you want to let the person see you so much. Start telling your friends, oh, this is how I want to look. You start asking, oh, what's the spec? How did you want me to dress? Forgetting that, even though you have crush, it is a normal thing. You also have to be yourself. Because at the end of the day, if you act too much, if you like dress too much, or be too that that type of way, you might be ignored by the person. The person is not even thinking about you.
And when I tell myself, Mama, it's like, I don't need to be this person so this person can like me.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just me. It's either you accept me for me or you don't like me at all. And one thing I've made peace with is it's not everybody that can like you.
And it's okay. It's perfectly fine.
Yeah. Like, it don't have to be like in a setting and you be like, oh, everybody in this room should like me. Or they should love me. Like, I know people will not just see you like today or tomorrow. Like they need to spend time with you and get to know you before they can like you. For some people, it's like that. For some people, they'll just see you and not like you. And it's okay if they don't like you don't have to do too much. Because even after doing too much, like nothing will happen. Nothing will change. If they don't like you, they don't like you.
Every time me say, what I like, what person not like me.
Some, they will get to the point in front of you, they will act like, oh, it's nice. But behind your back, the things that they will say about you, you will wonder, why am I even doing too much? Why am I even acting?
Yeah,
why am I even putting so much effort in this?
So today okay, go on.
Okay, let me just say one thing, because when you guys are talking about eggnog, so I just want to ask, have you ever worked in an institution or organization, then when you get there, somebody asks you out, and somebody else, another person who they are familiar with, you understand?
It's story of
that is the day. The day. It's something that happens.
This is one of the most embarrassing.
What I did at that situation,
you've experienced it.
Yes, because you have to do what was it hospitality or customer service? Yes, when you went to a particular institution, and give the person some seat, and then what do you come here for in a polite manner?
Yeah.
Don't like, or maybe asking you questions.
It's the other of the day in offices, in banks, and that is how they behave.
Sometimes they do it based on how you dress.
What you're going to inquire for is very important. So you that relates someone to their mental health. Like you started crying. So, oh my God, I have to go to this place at this time. You would cry.
We have this lecturer that our HBS lecturer that normally lectures about human behavior. So we had this mental health class, and it was like, so when we came to class in the morning, it was like, did anything happen today like that destroy your and that disturb your mental health? What was your experience this morning coming here? So like he was asking us, because he said like everything we do or everything that like maybe in 1 or 2 hours, something has happened that has taken a toll on us. Like somebody was just saying, oh, transportation, like I went through a lot to get here. Somebody was saying like, oh, we didn't have light since last week. All of that put together. And I was like, oh, okay. So like it started making sense and everything. Yes. And I feel like today we have exhausted this.
One advice before we go. If you are, I'm going to face the camera. If you are someone that is in a place where you feel ignored, there is an advice. It's either you have the conversation or you work yourself out. That is what you should do. Because if you stay, like you said, it has a lot to do with your mental health. Like it will toll on you. So it's either you have the conversation or you walk off.
Definitely.
It's okay to walk off. It's okay also to have the conversation.
Definitely.
So, yeah.
And among our peers, some of us want to belong. To tell you the truth, it's not good to be alone. It's not good to be alone. It's good to have friends, people you can call and, pour yourself out to. It's good to have people that will run for you, people that you would call when you're in distress, when you're having trouble making decisions. We need those peers. Like you normally say, your friends of today can determine your future of tomorrow. Not in a typical manner, but in a very harmonious pattern, meaning if my friend can determine who I am. They can normally say, show me your friend and I'll show you who you are. It's important to have peers. It's important to be among peers. But you have the choice to choose who you are going to be around. Because if someone is making you feel ignored, if your peers, your friends, your family are making you feel ignored, leave. For me, when I felt ignored, I spoke up. And that gave me my space. That gave me the zeal for people to hear me. If I want someone to hear me, I'm going to make sure I get your attention. If you want, you take it. If you want, you don't take it. But I'm going to make space for myself so that I can be heard. But if I have friends that are not listening to me, they're ignoring me, either with my decision making, either with conversations, either excluding me out, I'm going to leave. Because at the end of the day, I deserve better. I deserve a peace of mind. My mental health has to be strong.
And for my last advice, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I'm really sorry though. And for my last advice is that if you ever feel ignored, maybe while you're expressing yourself, I'm gonna tell you this: don't stop, even if it's affecting your mental health.
Yeah.
Because if you stop now, it's gonna continue to hit on you, and things will continue to stay that way. And when you start speaking, it's changed narrative. They might not accept it now, but they will accept it later. And you are not doing it for them, you are doing it for yourself, because you cannot continue to shrink yourself because of others' opinion. You have the right to say what you want to say and express yourself freely.
Okay. So for me, I used to be someone that care a lot about who don't like me or who like me. Like I used to think like, oh, I don't have a lot of people that like me. If I watch close, it's maybe just my family and few friends.
Yeah.
They are the only people that like. That's what I used to think. But there was one time there was a gala, like she like walked up to me and told me that, oh, I really like you, like I like the way you're. And I was so surprised because me in my mind, like I don't have people that like me, because I see myself like, oh, maybe I'm not a nice person, or maybe I did not give, like that was what I used to think. Like maybe up to now I still do think that way. It's just my family friend. But I feel like we should like give people grace, like get to know them before you make a decision about them. Like get to know people. Don't just like, this person, she's like this, so I've not even tried to get to her. But I feel like we should get to know people. Like even when people go out of their way to just like try to like please us, because I know we can't be pleased, we are humans. But I feel like even when people go out of their way to try to just to be close, like we should not like push them away or ignore them, or you start feeling like you are too much for this person. No, like let us start like embracing people. Let us give people grace. Let us like try to get to know them and try to like be graceful. That is all like what I have to say. Be graceful. Don't just take people's feelings for granted and don't just like judge them based on what someone else has told you about them. Get to know people for who they are.
Definitely.
That's really nice.
That is
an amazing.
And Lavetta, you have to be graceful that I'm asking you to spill the tea. You have to. At least